Bill Hagerty endorses Kari Lake for Senate. Tennessee Republican Senator Bill Hagerty is endorsing Arizona candidate Kari Lake's contentious race for the U.S. Senate, DailyMail.com has learned. Kari is fearless, she doesn't back down, and she will fight tirelessly to secure our border and make our country safe and prosperous. The stakes could not be higher, and it is now more important than ever that we retake the Republican majority, Hagerty said of the fiery, Trump-backed conservative. Lake has already racked up endorsements from Senate GOP Conference Chair John Barrasso, YO, Senator Tommy Tuberville, ALA, and Senator Tom Cotton, ARC. According to her campaign's internal polling, Lake is ahead of her competitor, Democratic Representative Ruben Gallego, 46 to 44% in a head-to-head matchup. Factoring incumbent Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who may run as an independent, Lake is up 1 point over Gallego 40 to 39. With 13% choosing Sinema and 8% undecided. Tennessee Republican Senator Bill Hagerty is endorsing Arizona candidate Kari Lake's contentious race for the U.S. Senate, DailyMail.com has learned. Sinema has kept mum about whether she'll run again in 2024 since switching her party affiliation from Democrat to Independent last year. In another noteworthy figure, a whopping 70% of Arizona's likely voters said they had heard of Daily Mail. Com's scoop that former Arizona GOP Chair Jeff Dewitt had tried to bribe Lake out of running for Senate, according to the poll. More respondents said it improved their view of Lake than worsened it, 30 to 15%. I am thrilled to have the endorsement of a conservative force in the Senate, my friend Bill Hagerty. He has been a strong voice for securing our border and advocating for America First policies, Lake said in a statement. In a recording obtained by DailyMail.com. Can be heard asking the MAGA darling and former news anchor to name her price to stay out of politics for 2 years. There are very powerful people who want to keep you out, he tells her in a conversation recorded at the start of March last year. It took only 24 hours after the leaked audio for Dewitt to resign as the party's chair in disgrace. There are very powerful people who want to keep you out, he tells her in a conversation recorded at the start of March last year. Dewitt tells Lake, 54, one of the most public faces of the former president's MAGA movement and a woman frequently spoken of as a 2024 vice presidential pick, that he thinks Trump will lose and it is time to make way for someone else. After asking her not to mention the conversation to anyone, he makes his first offer. So the ask I got today from back east was, is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll to keep her out? Lake reacts with indignation. This is about defeating Trump and I think that's a bad thing for our country, she said. Later, Dewitt, who was chief operating officer on the Trump's 2020 campaign, frames it differently. Just say, is there a number at which he begins? Lake cut in. I can be bought? That's what it's about. You can take a pause for a couple of years. You can go right back to what you're doing. Lake has already racked up endorsements from Senate GOP Conference Chair John Barrasso, YO, Senator Tommy Tuberville, ALA, and Senator Tom Cotton, ARC. According to her campaign's internal polling, Lake is ahead of her competitor, Democratic Representative Ruben Gallego, 46 to 44% in a head-to-head matchup. Lake repeatedly rebuffs him and says, she wouldn't do it for $1 billion. This is not about money, it's about our country, she says. In Dewitt's resignation statement, he accused Lake of setting him up by recording a private conversation. This morning I was determined to fight for my position, said Dewitt, 51. However, a few hours ago I received an ultimatum from Lake's team. Resign today or face the release of a new, more damaging recording. He said he was resigning in the hope that it would end her attacks on him. Lake lost her bid for Arizona governor in 2022 by less than 1 point to Governor Katie Hobbs. She fiercely challenged the election results and has acted as a surrogate for Trump in the Copper State, sparking speculation that she could be on Trump's short list for VP picks. Arizona is a fierce battleground state and the Senate race will help determine which party controls the upper chamber.